In this video, I explain how to create a Microsoft 365 backup job in NAKIVO Backup and Replication. In a previous video, I showed how to add a Microsoft 365 account to the inventory. I'll link this video in the top right corner. Now, we're ready to create a Microsoft 365 backup job. Switch to the Data Protection dashboard. Click the plus icon, and click Backup for Microsoft 365. At the Sources step, select the Microsoft 365 items that you want to back up. You can select your entire Microsoft 365 account to back up everything inside or expand a container to select specific items. These items can be specific user mailboxes, shared and group mailboxes, user drives, as well as non-personal, personal, and group sites, subsites or teams. For example, I'm selecting a single Exchange Online mailbox to back up. Click Next to proceed to the destination step. Select the backup repository where you want to store the backup data. You can send Microsoft 365 backups to any local backup repository, any supported cloud repository or S3 compatible storage, CIFS or NFS share backup repositories, SAS type repositories or repositories created on deduplication appliances. If you prefer to distribute the backup data across multiple repositories, expand the advanced setup option. Click Next. If you want this job to run only on demand, enable the Do Not Schedule, Run on Demand option. Otherwise, define a suitable schedule for the backup job. You can choose to run your job on a weekly, monthly, yearly or periodic basis. Specify how long you want to keep the backups by defining your retention policy for this job. By default, backups are retained for 10 days. You can change the unit to weeks or months if you want to extend the retention period. If your local backup repository is attached to a Linux transporter, you can enable immutability for a backup. Additionally, immutability can be enabled on cloud backup repositories and S3 compatible storage backup repositories. You can also add another schedule. For example, if the first schedule is used to run a backup job every day, the second schedule can be created to run a backup job weekly. Click Next to proceed to the Options step. Enter a suitable name for this job. Set a priority level to determine the job's urgency. The default value is 5, which is the lowest priority level. Network acceleration allows you to use compression and data reduction techniques for transferring data over the network to speed up data transferring. Network encryption is used to encrypt data for transferring the backup data over the network. This is a useful option when using a connection without VPN over WAN. Enable backup encryption to use source-side backup encryption for better security. Backed up data is encrypted at the source, then transferred and stored in an encrypted format. To configure backup encryption, click Settings and create a password. We recommend that you use the AWS Key Management Service for better security and to avoid losing your password. Select your preferred change tracking method for incremental backup, or disable change tracking altogether and perform full backups. Enabling change tracking increases backup speed. When selecting the proprietary change tracking method, the NAKIVO proprietary change tracking mode is used. If change tracking is disabled, then backups are always full. Now you can select mailbox processing options. You can customize the full backup behavior to align with your data protection strategy. You have options to set a full backup schedule, determining how often a new full backup is created. NAKIVO's Microsoft 365 backup settings allow you to configure active or synthetic full backups. An active full backup creates a complete backup of all selected data directly from the source, ensuring the backup reflects the entire data set as of the backup date. On the other hand, a synthetic full backup transfers only changed data and then compiles existing backup data into a full backup, saving time and storage by avoiding full data transfers from the source for each new full backup. The NAKIVO solution can send email notifications about job completion status to specified recipients. You can configure an email address in global settings. You can also run pre- and post-job scripts by enabling the option and providing the script path. Finally, you can limit the maximum number of transporter tasks used by a job. By default, the number is set to 3 concurrent tasks. For a Microsoft 365 backup job, one task is equal to processing one mailbox or one OneDrive instance. The bottleneck detection option can help you to identify bottlenecks in the network if a backup speed is slow. The collected data is displayed in the NAKIVO log files. Click Finish and Run, then Run, to proceed with the backup job. The job has been saved and run successfully. And that concludes our how-to video. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, click the like button, and subscribe to our channel to catch new uploads. You can also download a free trial version of NAKIVO Backup and Replication using the link in the description and try the solution in your own environment for 15 days.